onto your back, onto the floor, and we'll get started. You get any problems or anything through it, or you can't see or understand whatever, just shout out, you know, for me. Right, so either legs out flat or feet on the floor, it's up to you. Like I've done the last couple of weeks. Big, long, deep breath into your nose. And then breathing out through the mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right, now let's go through the breathing cycle that we're doing. So 4 seconds breathing in, 4 seconds holding the breath, 4 seconds breathing out, 4 seconds doing nothing. So big, long, deep breath in for 4. Hold for 4. And then breathing out for 4. And then not doing anything for 4. And then same again. Hold in. Breathing out and not doing anything. Same again. So keep going through the breathing. Make sure for the 4 seconds you breathe in, not just breathe in for the first second and not do anything for the other 3. You know, the last full cycle, so 4 seconds in, 4 seconds holding, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds relaxing. Good. Right, feet on flat on the floor, bring them up now. Feet and knees together, and then just slowly go side to side, and then turn your head the opposite way to your knees. Good. And pull the knees up off the floor. Just give your knees a little hug. Good. Right, so something we've been doing the last couple of weeks, you've got a choice to either keep your feet here and then reach over to the side and then big stretch around and draw a circle with your fingertip. Otherwise, fold over, roll onto the side. Big, massive, deep breath in, and then breathe out. And then go again. So I want you to breathe in and moving at the same time. Breathe in through your nose, open up through your side, lower back. You want to just keep your feet and knees together and then just reach around from there. But each one should be a little bit bigger and go a little bit deeper with each one that you do. So take your time to go through it and breathe in. Big, deep breath in. If you can feel anywhere it's a little bit restricted or tight, and think about trying to send the breath and opening up into that bit. So if your sides are really tight, when you breathe in, just think about those and try and let the breath make your muscles longer and stretch out. Right, change over sides. So feet knees together, do the opposite arm and go round. Otherwise, roll the knee over, go on to the other side, and then from there, big circle around. So if you feel this side's a little bit tighter, a bit more locked up, then slow it down and breathe deeper into the area that feels a bit restricted. Right, okay, if this side is more restricted, then stay on it. If it's the other side, go back to that side and just work on that for a little bit more. Big, long, deep breath is really important to breathe in. If you're not 100% about how much the breathing affects it, then try and do the opposite. And as you're reaching around, try and breathe out instead and just see the difference. and what happens. Good. Right. Okay, if you come up onto your hands and knees, so roll over onto your front hands, drop your head down, and then slowly, all you're going to do is round your back, flatten your back, round the back, flatten the back. Squeeze your legs together. Look at your whole spine moving. Good. Right, we are going to breathe in and stretch out at the same time. So you're going to take your right hand over and across, top, left, come back in, and then opposite side. So you're going to reach out to the side, reach out, and back in. So right hand goes up and over to top left as far as you can, and then left hand goes over to top right. So breathe in and move, big stretch, reach forward as far as you can. Keep it going. Good. Right, we're going to go the opposite way now. I'm going to rotate. So take one hand off the floor and then rotate around, open out, come back down, rotate, rotate. Good. Right, go into Superman. So stretch out opposite hand and foot. Hold position. And then come back in. And then change over sides. Come back in. Change over. Come back in. Last one. Big stretch out. And back in. Good. Right. Up on the toes. Push backwards. Stretch out the back of your legs. And walk the hands in slowly. And stand up. Right. Let's find where we're going to do this. This next bit. You see this? There we go. Door handle. That's what you need. Make sure the door's not just going to fling open and no one's on the other side. You're going to hold on to the door, separate your feet. It's the opposite of what we've done before. We've been stretching out on the sofa and moving through our lats. So hold on to the door handle, separate your feet, and just almost hang off it and just get a nice big stretch. Is anyone not able to do that? If you're not, I'll give you something else to do. Remember, you're unmuted. Talk to me.
No, I've got a handle.
Good. Right, hold it for 3 or 4 seconds. Breathe in, and then come out of it and just stand up, and then go back in again. Breathe in, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then come out and do the same again. So keep going in and out of the stretch. You get a huge stretch coming down through your lats, down inside of your ribs, and open out of the lower back. Good. Right, now what you're going to do, when you go backwards, you're going to go into one leg and stretch the leg back. So shoot from, just imagine I'm holding onto the handle from here. So now instead of just sitting back and stretching out, I'm going to come onto one leg and reach that foot back at the same time. There's no weight going into this back leg, so you're not stepping back. The weight is on one leg. You're reaching back at the same time. You're going to stretch. You might need to move your feet backwards. So from here, it looks like this. Hands on, onto one leg. Tap the foot on the floor, come in, tap the other foot on the floor. So you should get a bigger stretch, more on one side, and also something in your glutes. Remember breathing, so big deep breath in. And come back out, and same again. Reach back with the leg. Good. Okay. Kick your arms off, and then by the door or against the door, have your head against the wall. We've done this before in the studio. Head against the wall, and you're just going to rub your head up the wall tuck your chin in, and relax. Chin in, and relax. So you're sliding your head up and down the wall, into the wall cog. Right, with each one now, start moving more. So every time your head slides up, just draw your shoulder blades together a little bit, stick your chest out, and then relax, and then same again. But this whole time the head's not leaving the wall. A big deep breath in as you're sliding the head up. Up. And then breathe out and relax. Good. Right, staying against the wall, bring your arm, you don't want to shake your arms up when you do it, roll the shoulders back, elbows against the wall, and I want you to try and turn your hands up as if you get pinned to the wall. The aim is to try and have your hand not like this and have it flat against the wall. Easier said than done. So I'll show you from the side so you can see it a bit more. Elbow, both elbows touch the wall, hands come up, and you're trying to get it against the wall. So here, if you can't, just keep working on it, then try and get a little bit further with each one. We spend a lot of time on the phones, or the computers, and this is something that we're going to be lacking is mobility through the upper spine and shoulder joints. Good. So the elbows are against the wall, they come up. If you're able to get your hands flat against the wall, try and push them up into the air, almost into press. If not, just keep working on it. So elbows against the wall, hands come up, back down, hands come up. If you're able to get them flat, slide them up into the air. Anyone able to get them flat?
No. Oh.
Okay, good. Right, step over the wall, shake your arms off, give your arms a little bit of a rest. Right, let's get moving side to side then. So feet together, step out to one side, feet together, step out to the side, feet together. So keep moving side to side. Right, now just one arm, whichever side you go to, breathing in. Breathing in. Keep going. So breathing in and trying to open out this area here when you're stretching your arms. So it's like what we did before, we reached nothing over top left and top right. So step outside. Big deep breath in. Breathe in. Right, and the hand that's not doing anything, push it forward now. So because there's only 3 of you, let's get really strict on this. So let's work in straight lines. Step out to side, reach up, reach forward, come in, reach up and reach forward. So breathing in as we're moving to the side. So we're making all the muscles longer, stretching them out. So breathing in as you're moving, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Do 2 more. 1 more. Good. Right, just grab a little drink. Take a breather. We go through this next bit through some 3D hamstring movements. Important that your arm turns and does this. So like when you walk in, that's what essentially happens, although you're not actually making it. That's what happens when you drink, is you take a stride. So when you step backwards, your arm is going to turn in and come up. You've got 2 arms, the other one does the opposite thing to the other. So as you're stepping backwards, palms facing forward, step back, turn one in and back and turn one out. So one palm is facing up to the ceiling, one's facing down to the floor. So step backwards, and as you step backwards, touch down, opposite hand to foot, and then the other arm goes back. So swinging back into it. So the arms are just doing this as you're moving. Palms, really important that you turn your palms over. Big stretch. One goes back, one goes forwards. Good. Last one. Okay, right, let's get this out of the way. So again, going back to something that we've done over the last couple of weeks. Last week we added some more resistance in, so if you've got anything that's a little bit heavier, if you've got a kettlebell or something, let's give it a go with that. And you're going to go into walk with the kettlebell, either on chest, or if you really want to push it, lock your arms out, try it from there. Like I said, the most important bit is that you pause here, and that you pause here. So foot flat on the floor, heel hits the floor first. Pause, 90 degrees, heel hits the floor, pause, keep going. Head stays up, eyes are closed, off you go. Take your time, heel hits the floor, pause, knee comes up, heel hits the floor, pause. Keep, although your eyes are closed, keep your head forward. You want to make it a bit more difficult and add some resistance in. It's a bit more wobbly now as you do it. Good. So 90 degrees to get the knee right up. Let's do one more and then we can stop and rest. Good. Right, if you've got a kettlebell, just pop it down. And then this next bit, I'm just going to one leg. So, like I say all the time, shift your weight over to one side first, get all your weight in one foot, and then bring the other foot off the floor. Opposite hand to foot. Touch down as far as you can, otherwise touch your knee, touch your shin. I want you to try and stay on the same leg for as long as we can. Touch down, opposite hand to foot. Open out your foot more as well. So get a bigger base of support. So spread toes out, and you've got a bigger base of support there. And once you can't do any more, just change side. And once you fall out, just change onto the side and do as many as you can on the other side. Take your time. Last one. Good. Good. Right, if you lie onto your back on the floor, you need TV remote, phone, water bottle, trainer, whatever you've got. We're going to go through some half gaps. I'm going to do it so you can see from behind. Opposite, sorry, hand up into the air, and then the same leg bent. Opposite leg is flat on the floor. Other hands out on the side, and you're going to breathe out, push up onto elbow, pause here, pause here, pause here, and then back down, back down, back down. Try and do it all with one breath out and one breath in. So breathe out, keep breathing out, take your time, slow it right down, and then hips come up, and then back down. You'll stay on the same side, so I'll keep talking you through it, just so you can remember to do it. So push up onto elbow, and then you're pushing up onto hand, and then your hips are lifting up at the end. Keep going on the same side. So up onto elbow, up onto hand, and then hips up. The next time you finish, just change over sides. And then it's the same setup. So one hand's up in the air, one hand's out to the side, one leg's flat, one leg's bent, and you push it up onto elbow, up onto hand, hips up, and then just repeating and going back through it. Good. Keep looking at your hand or whatever in your hand. Don't take your eyes off that. Let's do one more. And then next time you lie on your back, just rest. Good. Right, okay, keep whatever you've got in your hand. Feet up off the floor, or bring one leg up off the floor. And you're going to breathe out, pass it under the leg. Breathe in, pass it under the leg, or both legs. I've said this before as well. When you're taking your arms around, you're breathing in, you should be moving with your breath and not the other way around. So don't start getting faster and faster because you're getting out of breath. Keep it slow. So breathe out, breathe in. And if you don't need to breathe out, don't move. But when you need to breathe out, sit back up. If you don't need to breathe in yet, don't do it. Don't work the breathing around the exercise, do the opposite. Here we go. So sitting up and breathing out. Good. Just sit up. Breathe out. Breathe in, come around. You should get a stomach exercise on both. So as you're sitting up, you should start feeling your stomach working. And as you're taking your arms back out because you're breathing in, you should get the same sensation because your muscles are getting longer, so they're still working hard. So we're taking the stomach muscles from the smallest point to the longest point. If you do the breathing right, you get an even bigger exercise. Keep going from. You shouldn't have had to speed up your exercise just yet. Good. Last couple. And rest. Right, before we finish off with some breathing work, I want you to go back to what we did at the start and just check in to do exactly what we did at the start. So feet together or leg folds over, and you're going to go back through the exercise that we did. I just want you to see whether it's any easier on another side or whether it's gotten easier or whether what's changed or if anything has changed. So go back to what you did at the start, do exactly the same version that you did at the start, and just check in with the side that was tougher before and just see how that is now. So give it a couple of goes on one side and then go back to the other side. Just check in, see if anything's changed. Nothing might have changed. It might become a lot easier, a bit more restricted, a bit more easy to do. Good. Okay, now just lie on to your back or onto your front, it's up to you. We're going to go back through some light breathing work to finish off with. So get yourself comfy, either feet flat on the floor, legs out, it's up to you, whatever is most comfy. If sitting up against the wall is comfier, then do it. And we're going to do some breathing work. So breathing in through nose, out through the mouth. Fill your stomach, full of air. And next time you breathe in, I want you to hold it. So big, long, deep breath in, and then hold the breath for as long as you can. Let's go for 10 seconds. Holding the breath. And then breathing out. And then try and go straight into the next one. Big, long, deep breath in and holding for another 10 seconds. Good. And then breathe out. And let's try and go straight back into one more. So breathe out. And the next breath in, do the same again and hold for 10. Good. And then just go back to how we're breathing. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Stomach fills up with as much air as possible. Working the diaphragm, waking it up, making sure it's working properly. Otherwise, it becomes lazy. Just go back to normal breathing, however you want to breathe. Good. Well done, everyone. We are all done.